today, getting to spend some time with my friend Rick Marteeny. And Rick is a local community member in the Edwardsville area and also has a business there in State Farm Insurance. But the reason I wanted to spend some time today with Rick is his servant heart. And I've been blessed by Rick. Rick has asked me or invited me to participate in things, and I'm appreciative to God that I said yes, because they've been pivotal moments in my life and my journey. But I also know that young families and young community members are always trying to understand what to get involved in and how to serve. So I'm hopeful today that our brief conversation can be an encouragement to others to get out and serve in your community. So Rick, thanks for the time today.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for asking me.
So let's just start with, have you always had a servant heart, or have you always felt the desire to serve your community?
I don't think it started out as serving the community so much. In my family, we were always very big on, whenever something was done for us, to say thank you, to show appreciation. As I got older and I started a business, I started to realize, I've got a lot of customers that are coming and doing business with us. So to be involved in the community, that was a way for me to kind of give back and say thank you in that way. We obviously say thank you to all of our customers whenever they come in and do business with us, but on a broader sense, being involved in the community and kind of helping out with the things that the community was involved in felt like the best way to try and give back and say thank you to that community that had supported me.
Yeah. Even yesterday, I saw you serving at church, at a church event there. What are some other things that you within the community serve?
So Metro Community Church, been going there for almost 20 years now. So find some opportunities to serve there. Been on several leadership teams with that. I currently lead a men's group through Metro Community Church as part of their small group efforts that they do. Involved in the Edwardsville Rotary Club. Been on that, been in that organization, I'd say probably now for going on 6 years. Involved in the Edwardsville CEO program, program for young entrepreneurs at the high school level. Been on the board of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes with you for quite a while now, I think going on 14 years. So, and then just support various causes. There's some great ones in Edwardsville Neighbors, kind of helping people that are having a difficult time. So just trying to help those types of places.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I think you just kind of introduced to maybe people that are watching this, different ideas, but I know that there's a lot out there. When you really dig and look for, good people doing good work, you can find a lot of groups. How do you discern, how do you choose or align your time to which ones you actually can help?
Yeah, it's a great question. So, for me, I try and think of the things that kind of stir my heart. Certainly being on the board of Fellowship of Christian Athletes, that was one that I got invited to a long time ago, so got involved with that. One of the things that probably in more recent years, in the last 2 or 3, there's a homeless ministry over in Granite City they got involved with, just trying to find some way to more tangibly touch people. And so that's been a good thing. We meet the second Saturday of every month, and we bring food, we bring clothes, shoes, things like that. The coolest part to me, though, is to be able to actually just, be involved, sit down, talk with those people about what's going on in their life, how we can help. It's a difficult situation for a lot of those folks, but that's been a good organization to be involved with. But I try and look for things that kind of stir my heart and really get me, I guess, involved with people on the ground that are maybe struggling with some things.
Yep. Yeah, when talking about the different ones that you support too, I know that prayer and kind of leaning into God's purpose maybe through that connection.
Yeah.
Can you share on that a little bit?
Yeah, I think one thing when I first started kind of thinking about where I was going to serve and things like that, I was kind of drawn back to a Bible passage that talked about, to which much has been given, much is expected, and I feel like in my life that those blessings that I've received, I'm trying to find where do I best put those resources, whether it be my time, whether it be talents, treasure, financial resources and things like that. But definitely God's guidance in that, kind of helping me understand a little bit about where my heart is and what organizations might best fit that.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. What about, the connection with your business? I know, obviously, being in a community and providing insurance solutions to community members serves them. what is that connection that you feel between your philanthropy or your service and your business?
Well, again, for me, I would say the biggest connection is just the people that I serve through my insurance agency. They're members of that community. They pay taxes. They go to work in that community as well. I just feel like I'm giving back to that whole area to hopefully make our community better, stronger. A lot of the folks that I do business with, I know not only through business, but I've also formed relationships with them outside of business to, again, help support their organizations and things like that are also doing good work within the community as well.
Yeah, yeah. And I love the word relationship. It's really just kind of a part of the relationship.
Yeah.
You have the business side, you have the service side, you have the friendship side.
Right.
Do you find that that's a really integral part of kind of your day, is those relationships?
I do personally. I mean, it's easy when you look at, there are so many customers. Like in my business, there's a lot of customers, and to personally reach out and say thank you to each one is difficult, but we try.
Yeah.
We set that up to where I have 3 appointments a day, and the very first thing I say to people when I talk to them, whether it's on the phone or in person, I just want to say thank you for your business. I don't get a chance to do that every day with you.
Yeah.
But I just want to say thanks. I know you have an opportunity to go to a lot of places, and you've chosen to do business with us. So I just think it's important. I think people like to be thanked. They just with anything. I mean, they might not think about it. They're just writing a check to pay their insurance, but it means something. It means something to say thanks. I recognize that.
Yeah, that's great. You have children, so do you find that this kind of service, this serving heart, sort of, passes down to them? Do you find that, maybe even other young people that you're around through the CEO program or other programs, how do you encourage the next generation to serve?
Yeah. Well, you mentioned the CEO program. That is one of the things that we do talk about in the CEO program with them. Again, I think it's just good business practice to be giving back. You see most of the major organizations, they will have some way that they are giving back to communities and the places that they're doing business in. So certainly that's part of what we're trying to teach those young people. As far as my own kids, my daughter Cammie, she goes to school over at the University of Missouri. She's involved right now with her sorority. She's the philanthropy director at the sorority, which is kind of cool. So Ronald McDonald House is their charity of choice that they do. And then my son Carter, he's involved in the Edwardsville Rotary. So the things that we're doing, whether it be the Edwardsville Criterium, helping set up for that, roadside pickup, those types of things. Yeah, they're involved with some of those. So hopefully a little bit of what their dad's doing, rubbing off on them. You always hope that, right?
Yeah, exactly. What about? I'm around a lot of new to the workforce, coming out of college. Maybe being around. I'm around a lot of former athletes that are trying to kind of make that next step into the professional side of their life. What's the encouragement to them? What's the encouragement to get out there and be involved?
Well, I just think, personally, I'll go back to, for me, that's where the excitement is. That's where the joy kind of is. We've all got our profession. We've all got the things that we're good at, but that's kind of a lonely existence if it's just done for you. I've kind of said, I've used this example for a long time. One of the coolest things I think is, at the end of a baseball season, somebody wins the World Series. And to see all these guys, it's always hopping. I don't know why baseball is, but they always hop, right? Yeah. There's hopping at the end of this thing, and I think, you know what? It's because they had a goal at the beginning of the season. They worked hard. They came together as a team. It's being around others. It's those locker room relationships and things like that. But doing those things, it's better to be around as you do your profession. It's best to be around people, and it's best to be encouraged by them. Get around people that make you better, that push you, and I just think that's, at the end of the day, I want to be hopping with my people around me at the end of my time.
It's a great visual to accomplish that joy, and that's where it happens. So, thank you very much.
Cool.
All right. I hope the time together here with Rick has encouraged all of us to serve our communities and get involved. All right. Thanks for taking the time to watch.